Hello Flickering Myth family and welcome to our channel. My name is EJ and in this video we are going to be diving into a spoiler discussion for Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania. The spoiler to my spoiler real quick is there's not a lot of crazy stuff to talk about this movie. That's kind of one of the biggest issues with it. But enough of that, enough of this intro. Let's get into the video right now.
Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania.
I debated how to go about this spoiler discussion, the spoiler conversation between you and I about what the hell happened in Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania. There isn't a lot to talk about in this movie. There is some post-credits scenes, which to me is the whole point of this. Honestly, I could have seen this whole movie released in those little 2-second post-credit scenes and I would have been satisfied. They would have gave me more than the actual movie itself. But we know that's a Marvel problem. We know that's been kind of rearing its ugly head, and it's almost the worst it has been here, where this movie felt inconsequential in the long run. Sure, there's going to be moments. We'll talk about the end and the Kang of it all, but there's just a feeling here that I'm like, the post-credits were really where this was at. We had Loki hype. We had, like, the Kang Dynasty hype. Those are great things going forward, but what about this individual movie? What is it so spoilery? What's the biggest talking point about Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania? I don't know, really. Truly, what is it to talk about this movie? The Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania plot is fairly basic. The whole, Lang Pym family gets sucked into the quantum realm, and they have to find a way out. We know that Janet and Kang have a history together. The history? Well, he is basically isolated here. He is sent to the quantum realm because Kang the Conqueror is starting to be the Conqueror. So the other Kangs, we'll talk about that in a moment, basically exile him here to say, get away from everything. So Janet sees this man trapped in the quantum realm while she's trapped in there for the 30 or so years that she's there, and basically helps him, is going to get way through, but finds out his evil intentions. She kind of was working on his ship, touches his ship, and is able to kind of communicate with his thoughts and figure out he is a dark man. He is a conqueror. He is going to get out of here and possibly destroy the multiverses. It's intense. So she traps him in here for longer, and he starts to build the quantum realm into his own playground. As this is happening, there's quantum realm people trying to start a rebellion. The quantum realm rebellion is so straight out of a bad Star Wars movie, and I can't with it. It felt like that weird stuff. Remember in Solo when it was the robot rebellion? It gives me that vibes. So that is the basic outline. The Lang Pym family stuck. Janet has a backstory with Kang. Kang wants to get out still, so he uses Scott's brain to help him get out. We need you to basically give me my key to my ship. That is what I need. Help me out, and that's it. That's the basic rundown of the plot, and that's all that happens. And I'm like, what the hell is the point of this? And then Kang gets defeated, because he'll come back. Obviously, there's a whole movie named after him, but by ants? Yes. Hank Pym decides, oh, I have an army of ants here. The quantum realm made them smart. So now they're going to attack Kang and what? And then, oh my god, it gets frustrating because this feels like how they treated so many Marvel villains beforehand. A goofy way ending, and if they are going to keep him around, he gets sucked into something at the end, and, Scott's like, I'm free. But he did warn me that evil stuff's coming, but he's free. It's like, it undercuts so much of the seriousness. Kang is supposed to be our big bad, and the two ways they got rid of him in this movie were, like, laughable. It's upsetting. It's frustrating for sure. That's the plot side of things. What are the other big Easter eggs? What's the other big talking points? I'm not the biggest Marvel MCU fan, so there's gonna be stuff I miss, but one of the biggest ones for comic book fans is the inclusion of MODOK. Though you're gonna ask, MODOK has never been in the quantum realm. He's rarely an Ant-Man villain, if ever. What is he doing here? I can't answer you that, other than he was Corey Stoll's character from that one Darren Cross, maybe, whatever the hell his name was. Darren is back and he is MODOK in the most awful visual effects I have seen. Like, it's laughable. Spy Kids 3D, give me George Lopez in that one meme, you know what I'm talking about? It's that bad. And everyone's gonna go, well, it's supposed to be ugly. It's MODOK. Yes, MODOK is ugly, but it looks bad. It looks bad. I cannot fathom And then the handling of MODOK, he's like a bitch in this, which that's usually what his character is, but it's just so stupid what they do with him, and he tries to redeem himself at the end like, I don't want to be a dick anymore. By the way, the writers of this movie found the word dick for the first time, and they say it, that and shit. It's just like, ooh, we're allowed to be more PG-13 Marvel. Girl, shut the hell up. This script is god-awful. Oh my goodness, this script. But like, it goes to everything. How they handle Kang, the MODOK situation. I just wanted more from these moments. Like, Kang, MODOK, these are big names for Marvel, and they don't get the respect that they deserve. It's kind of frustrating. I wanted more from these big names, from these big MCU moments, but that's not what we get here. Other than the end of this movie feels like one massive reshoot, it seems like the original plan could have been Ant-Man gets stuck in the quantum realm and his daughter has to get him out. That would have been a fun, dark ending, but they have a somewhat happy ending. Other than that, there's not much else to talk about, but those post-credit scenes, let's discuss them. The one immediately after the film shows the Kang dynasty, or the Citadel of Ricks. Sorry, the Citadel of Kangs. If you're a Rick and Morty fan, you know all those Ricks that were in that group that are all kind of like an organization. Well, that's in this movie basically, but they're Kangs. There's like Egyptian Pharaoh Kang. There's like real thin alien-looking Kang, and I'm like, oh, wow. I don't know. This didn't have a oomph. I was like, oh my God, 55 Jonathan Majors? I should be going nuts for that. But I wasn't. It was such a hollow, such a kind of ending where like, I was like, oh, that's funny that they're going to do like a lot of Kangs and this is the dynasty and they exiled him. Are these the evil Kangs? Maybe the Conqueror isn't the worst. There was questions presented, but it was just delivered so flatly. It just didn't give me the wow factor I was expecting from seeing a lot of Kangs. Like, what the hell was this? And then the second post-credit scene. This one was a bit more interesting because Tom Hiddleston and Owen Wilson are in it. Yes, they have the Mobius Loki guys looking up Kangs throughout history. They're in the 1920s, 1930s, I believe. I don't know the exact time period. Definitely love period accurate Tom Hiddleston. He looks so good in this type of aesthetic. But they find a Kang, and Mobius is like, this is the guy I'm supposed to be threatened by. This is the Kang. Oh my God. And Loki has fear because he's seen the one who knows it all Kang. Like, he knows what could be there. This was a good moment. It was very quick, but it satisfied me. It gave me at least a tease for Loki, which felt more immediate than the Kang Dynasty tease that, I don't know, kind of reminded me of the first Thanos tease in Avengers where I'm like, okay, but I won't see him for like 55 years, so I don't really care. Like, that was hard. But the Loki one I felt was a bit more satisfying. I like that we get to see that Loki Season 2 is going to be a very important viewing to the overall multiverse story. That was a good positive thing. So, look, I said something nice about this movie other than me trashing it because I really did not like it. Gave it a rotten score. Definitely think it deserves its rottenness on Rotten Tomatoes. Sorry, Grant Randolph, with I don't believe it. Feels it. Girl, oh my God. You know this movie is bad. Don't do that, girl. Don't do that. Anyways, yeah, post-credit scenes, at least that was interesting. At least it gave me something to talk about. Because again, the movie itself did not give me a lot to sink my teeth into. The best thing about the end of this video, which we are at, is I don't have to think about Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania ever again. To be honest, other than thinking about Kang, nothing of this movie is going to stick. It felt like I got no character development from the Pyms or the Langs, really. Honestly, you're going to say that they have. They're in the same spot that they were at the beginning of the movie. I don't get a lot of Kang because they don't treat him well here. Overall, I'm just lacking the oomph I needed. But what did you all think? This was my spoiler discussion, so you can have all your spoiler chats in the comments below. What was your favorite part? What was your least favorite part? What was the biggest oh my God moment for you? Share your feelings down in the comments below. Subscribe to Flickering Myth and give me a thumbs up if you did enjoy. All right, everyone, let's talk about Ant-Man, Quantumania, Kang, and all that down below.